Ah, so one thing I've noticed about of why I think why to me, as just an observer and talking to some Trump people, why to me it looks like Trump is losing. One, well, you talk about public opinion or whatever, but relying on the courts always seems like a loser's position, right? And I'm not I, like the problem is with the Republican Party is that so it looks like Trump's losing in the media, right? Okay, it looks like he lost, and then you've got the Republicans coming out, and the big difference between the Republicans and the Democrats is that when Republicans win the election, the Democrat politicians tell their people to resist. They'll do like a clenched fist that's in the air, and a poster with a resist on it. And like just resist and do not cooperate with them at all. And you have like Maxine Waters coming out and saying, if you see a Republican or a Trump supporter at the store, then you harass them. Right? That's the kind of reason. That's the kind of shit that you get out of the Democrat Party if a Republican wins. So you have this election where it's obviously bought. It's bought and paid for, and for Joe Biden, and they're just going to continue to count votes until he wins. Right? So it's like, okay, it's the globalist system coming in for the election, and the Republicans have all conceded, but Donald Trump. And like Lindsey Graham is saying, oh, I'd love to work with a Joe Biden where I can, and all this other stuff. A big contrast, Lindsey Graham saying Lindsey Graham saying, oh, I'll work with Joe Biden anywhere I can, is a big difference between like Maxine Waters saying, if you see one of these people at the store, then you harass them. So it's okay. Another thing is like elections are real time. The way that I've seen it, like it'll happen, the election will happen, the winner will be declared, and then the wheels will move on, right? And I don't know if the courts can retroactively do anything about that. Like, what can they really do? I don't know. Invalidate ballots, maybe. You know, they're not gonna like do another one. That's what I think. They're not gonna do another one. Like the votes that are there, all the mail-in votes and everything are a fraud that got legalized. So it's like, okay, the fraudsters are going to take this one because I think this socialism thing is coming, right? I think it's going to hit America anyways, looking at how this is going, to where you have, and a funny part of it too is that, okay, so the Democrats go from being like a political party that says harass and attack your political opponents in real life at the store when you see them outside. And then, like, I see a sign in a Democrat person's yard that says, hate has no place here. So the absolute hypocrisy from the Democrat socialists is really mind-boggling, to where they don't feel, since they've won the election, they think that they can then adopt, like, put down the mantle of absolute satanic hatred and take that off and put on the mantle of like angelic cherub who's a good person. And it's like, no. And when you no, you're an asshole for even thinking that you could just represent something holy like like goodness, when you're the most hateful thing. And hate has no place here. Like, so it's a statement to people who aren't Democrats, like, I hate you and you can't come around. Look at the media. Obama legalized propaganda, which was like, it was only a matter of time after that, with a lot of other things. But so propaganda is legal, and you look at the media, and see, the thing is that the media has been outright lying about what's been going on. Most of the mainstream media, just outright lies, and absolutely everything was Trump. Everything was Trump. Like something happened, well, Trump's bad. And that was the propaganda. Well, see, the other side of that propaganda coin is, consider a socialist takeover like we're going to get with Biden. Things will happen in the country, and the media, instead of reporting that Trump's bad, will not report anything. That's the danger with propaganda. It's like, if you got a big country, something can happen over here in Nevada, like after Joe Biden gets in charge, and the media becomes silent on anything that's going on with a socialist takeover, let's say. they won't report on something like, maybe a mass shooting in Nevada or something. It won't make it to the other, out into the national news. That's the danger with propaganda. Even in your local news, something might happen in your town, but it won't be reported on, and you won't know, and you won't be, what do you call it, up to date or, uh, current event savvy. So isn't that a scary idea? To where the IT companies too are gonna just the propaganda from the IT is so intense, it's not even funny, from the internet. So, um, that's my things. The Republicans have totally conceded and rolled over, even though the election was obviously fishy. But there's not much you can do with legal mail-in ballots. But the Republicans have rolled over, as opposed to the Democrats going full Nazi. Okay, the Democrats are now going to try to pretend like they weren't full Nazis for the last 4 years straight, every day, like a hulking Nazi. Okay, and they're going to pretend like they're good people that you can trust. The media is going to start lying about everything again so bad, about how a bad economy is good. All those lies, like the Paul Krugmans will come out. You'll see the policies start to get enacted of like, because it looks like they took Georgia in the Senate too. They stole they stole the whole Georgia thing too. So they might have a majority. They're going to have a majority in the Senate, it looks like now. So they'll be able to just have that much more authority to do the one thing that socialist communists do, is get into your business and fuck with your life. So, okay. I just wanted to put that out there.